Assalamualaikum everyone. This is Mavish Khan. I'm a corporate trainer and a business consultant as well. And most importantly, your host for today from Qasim Ali Shah Foundation. So we are really fortunate to have a great personality with us right now, the Director of Customer Success and Training at Helium 10. He is the former consultant for Amazon, having been involved in the e-commerce business since 1998. He's also the host for Serious Sellers of podcast, and one of the topmost Amazon guru from Los Angeles, Mr. Bradley Sutton. Okay, Mr. Bradley, welcome to Pakistan. How are you?
I'm feeling great, thank you.
Thank you so much. I think it's your first visit to my very own country. So first of all, I would like to know your feelings about Pakistan.
Well, let me tell you, I just told this to somebody else right now. Somebody asked me the same question. I've been to 45 countries. I've only been here maybe 12 hours, I think, since my plane landed. I've already had, I think, better hospitality than I've ever had in any of my 45 countries I visited. It's really incredible.
That's great. I would take it as a compliment for my nation Absolutely. And for my country as well. Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Bradley, as you know, we are the sixth largest population in the world, having 120 million of youth population. So with this great cluster of youngsters, what do you think? What is the scope of e-commerce in Pakistan?
I think it's very important. In any country, the problem nowadays is education, like college education, university education, is not like it was before. It doesn't guarantee you success. I don't think there's anything wrong with university, but a lot of young people, they graduate and they don't work, at least in America, and I know in other countries too, they don't work in what they studied because there's not enough jobs. But one thing that's amazing about e-commerce is it doesn't matter what education you had. Whatever you studied in college or university, anybody can sell online. It doesn't take a special education. So a lot of people who maybe weren't successful in what they thought they were going to do, or maybe they don't perform well in university, I see them entering into e-commerce and finding success wherein they might not have had success if they didn't do it.
Okay, this is the situation. Then if I talk particularly about my country, what is the potential of e-commerce in the next 5 years?
I think it's really big, especially now that in the last few months, Pakistan is now approved as far as Amazon selling. To me, Amazon is not exactly e-commerce. Amazon is part of e-commerce. It's not the only thing in e-commerce. But to me, Amazon is the gateway for all e-commerce. It's the easiest way to start. And now that Pakistan is on one of the approved countries, it's easier now for people from this country in order to sell online. Because the journey of an e-commerce seller is you start on Amazon because there's so many customers already shopping there. Build your brand there. Now later make your own website. Maybe you can go into stores, but the journey always starts for me in Amazon.
Okay, Mr. Bradley, you are one of the successful Amazon seller, I would say, and you've inspired millions actually. You have created so many success stories worldwide. So taking the advantage of your experience, I would like to ask the major 3 factors, success factors, if we can suggest to the new person who are like getting entered into this exciting business.
To me, the number 1 success factor is remembering to think like the customer. Because the opposite, hey, what's the unsuccess factor? When I look at those people, they're thinking too much like a company or like a seller. And they're not thinking, hey, somebody needs to buy this product. You know, how is my branding? How is my price? How is my images? They're thinking only what they like, all right? So number 1 success factor is think in the shoes of your customer. Number 2 is not giving up. I know sellers who are doing millions of dollars and maybe their first 6 products, 6 failures. They didn't make money. The people who give up, they're never going to have success. But if you just take what you learn from your mistakes and then you move forward, those are going to be successful people. And the last thing is just passion to me. And that's one thing I've noticed about those here in Pakistan. They have a lot of passion. If you don't like what you're doing, if you don't love what you're doing, you're not going to be successful. You know, and so if you're just thinking of Amazon as a job that I just need to make some money, you're not going to be successful. But if you think of it as a career and like get excited about it, you're going to be able to have more success.
Oh, that's great. Wonderful. I think listeners will be definitely getting a lot of learning through this. Okay, now I would like to ask one of your friend, Mr. Saqib Azhar, has envisioned a new concept, a new thought process of empowering the youth through the e-commerce and definitely getting them engaged into the entrepreneur mindset. So what's your take on that, being a global leader of this particular field?
I like that because one thing is maybe, not everybody can be an Amazon seller themselves because, you do need to invest some money. But the thing that Mr. Saqib has been promoting is for people to learn e-commerce and then to become providers, service providers for other Amazon sellers, either here in Pakistan or in other countries. And to me, that is an excellent recipe for success because that requires zero investment. If you want to sell your own products on Amazon, that's great. I do that myself. But you need to have $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. It doesn't matter what country you're in, this Pakistan or America, not everybody has that kind of money. But what everybody can do is offer their services, become an expert on helping Amazon sellers. That requires zero investment. You can get salary, you can get money, and you can start very low and work your way up. So I think this kind of business model of training the youth of this nation to provide those kind of services, I think it's excellent.
Excellent. Brilliant. Okay, Ji, the very last question from my side is, definitely you have met so many government functionaries, the e-commerce leaders, the youth, and so many other people as well. So what would be your message to the world for Pakistan?
My message is that, hey, there's a lot of people who might not understand the movement that's happening here. Even when people found out I was coming here, they were like, why are you, like, what is going on? Because actually it's not very normal for Americans to come here. It's actually very difficult, like the visa process and everything. But people don't understand that this is about to have a boom. So I would say to everybody, I myself am half Filipino. And until now, I think most people who think about Amazon virtual assistants, they think of only the Philippines. But I would say to everybody out there, Pakistan definitely should be considered as one of the top sources for experts in the Amazon world, whether you're looking for assistants or employees or manufacturing. That Pakistan has like a triple play. They have talented people who know how to sell. They have excellent quality products from factories. And then they have also talented people who know how to be virtual assistants. And so if you're looking for one of those things, please consider Pakistan because you won't be disappointed.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being with you. Thank you so much, viewers. Thank you so much. Goodbye.